In the quiet town of Maplewood, nestled between rolling hills and thick forests, a peculiar photograph has sparked the imaginations of many. This photo, captured in 1888, features a young boy standing in a cemetery, surrounded by moss-covered stones and delicate flowers. The scene is tranquil, yet haunting, and the boy's gentle smile draws the eye, creating an unexpected sense of warmth in such a solemn place. The cemetery itself is not just a resting place for the departed. It is a reflection of life and history. If you enjoy this video, please like the video and subscribe for more, and tell me where you are watching from today. I always find it awesome to see where all my viewers are watching from. Let's get back to the video. Tall trees sway gently overhead, their leaves whispering secrets of those who once walked this earth. The sun filters through the branches, casting dappled patterns on the ground. Each headstone tells a story, a name etched in stone, a date marking the passage of time. Yet among these memories, the boy stands out like a beacon of youth and joy. As you gaze at the photograph, the boy's expression seems to capture something otherworldly. He has tousled hair, bright eyes, and an infectious smile that feels strangely inviting. However, there is something eerie about the moment frozen in time. It's as if he knows a secret that we do not. It's this very mystery that has captivated viewers since the photo was discovered many years later. Visitors often find themselves smiling back at him, but an unusual twist begins to unfold. When they turn their heads away for just an instant, his smile appears to broaden, almost playfully taunting those who dare to look away. With each glance from different observers, stories emerge about the odd behavior of this boy in his sepia-toned world. As whispers spread from friend to friend, descriptions grow more colorful. Each person adds their imagination to the legend. Imagine standing in this cemetery, filled with historical graves. Your heart beats softly against your chest as you approach the boy's image. He seems so alive amidst the solemnity surrounding him. His hands are pocketed, suggesting both innocence and a touch of mischief. It's easy to envision him as a living child playing hide-and-seek among the gravestones, or running through fields of wildflowers on sunny days instead of standing silently among the departed. The photograph was taken by a local photographer who had a knack for capturing candid moments. Yet it's hard to fathom how he managed to capture such a delightful expression in an environment steeped in tradition and sorrow. Perhaps it was sheer luck, or maybe something more magical. A fleeting second where life and death merged into one image. As stories began swirling about the photograph and its charming child, fascinated locals started visiting the cemetery themselves with camera in hand. They lined up near the spot where he stood, hoping to recapture that same spirit within their new photos. But instead of replicating his enchanting grin, they often left feeling puzzled as they scrutinized their images, only to find that the same playful smile appeared elusive. What is it about this boy that makes people feel both drawn to him and slightly unsettled? As visitors stand before his image today, they can't help but sense a connection across time, a bridge spanning over 100 years and countless lives. This connection adds an unexpected layer to their experience. It moves them beyond simple curiosity into contemplation about what lies beyond. The boy's presence feels eternal. In our modern world filled with distractions and chaos, his smile represents a fleeting moment of innocence that transcends generations. It reminds us that even within places where grief lingers heavy in the air, moments of joy can still rise above like sunbeams breaking through clouds. As you read this story or hear tales from those who have witnessed this boy's enchanting smile firsthand, consider how their lives were touched by that moment in time captured in an old photograph. Each viewer walks away with not only a sense of wonder, but also a reminder of life's fragility and beauty. The photo doesn't just serve as a window into history. It invites us into something deeper, a shared human experience filled with hope despite its somber setting. Soon enough, you'll find your own thoughts drifting back to that snapshot in time, as its allure lingers long after you've looked away. What other secrets does this boy hold? What stories lie behind those smiling eyes? As we delve deeper into his world throughout this tale, we will uncover layers of mystery that leave us questioning not just the photograph, but also our place in the grand tapestry of life and death itself. As we delve deeper into the story of this haunting photograph, it becomes essential to understand the young boy who captured the hearts of so many. His name was Thomas Everly, and he was just 10 years old when the photo was taken in that serene cemetery back in 1888. Born to a humble family in Maplewood, Thomas was known for his bright spirit and lively imagination. He had a way of bringing joy to those around him, whether it was through his contagious laughter or his playful antics. Growing up in a modest home on the edge of Maplewood, Thomas lived with his parents, Henry and Margaret Everly, as well as his younger sister Lily. Henry worked as a carpenter, crafting furniture and repairing homes in the community. Margaret often spent her days tending to their small garden and caring for her children. The Everly family shared a close bond. They were not wealthy, but they were rich in love and laughter. Thomas's childhood was filled with adventure and discovery. He would often spend hours exploring the woods surrounding their town, pretending to be a brave knight or a daring explorer on a quest for hidden treasures. His boundless energy could light up even the gloomiest days. Friends from school recall how he would gather them for games of tag or hide-and-seek among the gravestones, turning what many would see as somber into a playground of imagination. In this quaint town of Maplewood, life moved at a gentle pace. Children ran through the cobbled streets, their laughter echoing as they played under the watchful eyes of adults who kept an eye out for everyone's safety. Thomas thrived in this environment. He loved being part of a community that felt like an extended family. Neighbors knew each other by name and shared stories over fences while swapping baked goods and fresh produce. The day the photograph was taken marked an unusual occasion. It was Memorial Day, a time when families visited the cemetery to honor loved ones who had passed away. The Everly family planned to pay their respects to Margaret's late father, who had been a beloved figure in town. As they arrived at the cemetery that day, little did they know that Thomas would become part of a tale that would echo through generations. While his parents paid tribute at his grandfather's grave, Thomas wandered a little further away, captivated by the beauty around him. The vibrant flowers blooming between headstones caught his eye. Each one seemed to dance gently in the breeze. It was then that local photographer Albert Finch noticed him. Albert had made it a point to capture everyday moments within Maplewood, focusing on its people and places instead of grand events. Seeing Thomas standing there with sunlight filtering through trees overhead and playful shadows dancing around him, Albert felt compelled to capture this moment, a snapshot of innocence amidst reflection. He called out to Thomas, asking him to smile for the camera as he pointed his lens toward him. With no hesitation, Thomas obliged, flashing his radiant smile before returning to joyfully explore once more. What Albert could not have predicted was how this one simple picture would transcend time and spark so much intrigue surrounding the boy's identity years later. As visitors began discovering the photograph decades after its capture, they became enchanted by both Thomas's charming expression and curious aura. Rumors spread about who he might be. Some wondered if he had been an actual boy whose spirit lingered among the gravestones, while others thought he might have been sent from another world entirely. Each viewer brought their own interpretations, often reflecting on their lives alongside reflections about mortality, themes woven into everyday encounters with those we love. To truly appreciate this photograph is also to embrace young Thomas's legacy. His life may have been brief, but filled with moments that shaped not only his family's existence, but also left lasting impressions on those who crossed paths with him throughout his journey. Though time has swept many memories away, like autumn leaves and strong winds, recollections about his kindness endure among neighbors long after he's gone. As we continue our exploration of this captivating tale surrounding Thomas Everly and his enchanting smile, frozen forever in time beneath layers of history, a testament not just to one boy's life, but also an enduring reminder about our shared humanity across generations. We'll uncover even more layers behind both image and legend that tie us together through time itself. As we explore the photograph of young Thomas Everly, it is crucial to understand the role that cemeteries played in the 19th century. These sacred spaces were much more than mere resting places for the deceased. They served as vital centers for community life and family connections. In a time when death was a frequent part of life, due to limited medical knowledge, high infant mortality rates, and various diseases, cemeteries became places of solace and remembrance. In the 1800s, families often viewed cemeteries as extensions of their homes. They were places where loved ones could be honored and remembered, creating a strong bond between the living and the departed. Memorial Day, the day when Thomas's photograph was taken, exemplifies this sentiment. It was a time when families would gather at grave sites to clean headstones, lay flowers, and share stories about those who had passed. This communal act of remembrance helped everyone cope with loss while strengthening social ties within the community. Cemeteries during this era were designed with care and artistry. They featured beautifully manicured landscapes, ornate sculptures, and intricate gravestones that reflected both individual lives and collective histories. Many families took great pride in their burial plots, often decorating them with flowers or personal mementos. The very act of tending to these spaces served as a way to express love and respect for those who had gone before them. For children like Thomas, visiting the cemetery could be a profound experience filled with lessons about life and death. It was not uncommon for parents to take their children along on such visits to teach them about family heritage and respect for ancestors. The presence of well-kept graves could evoke stories of bravery, sacrifice, or love, each stone telling tales that connected generations together. In this way, cemeteries acted as living history books for families, reminding them of their roots and shared experiences. The act of gathering in cemeteries also provided opportunities for social interaction among community members. Friends and neighbors would often meet during these visits, sharing news while reflecting on the lives of those interred nearby. This sense of fellowship turned what could be seen as a somber occasion into one filled with warmth and connection. Laughter mixed with tears was not unusual, as people celebrated memories even amidst their sorrow. Moreover, cemeteries offered a space for contemplation about larger existential questions: what it means to live and die, how one is remembered after passing, and how each person contributes to the fabric of human existence. The serene surroundings allowed visitors to reflect quietly on their lives while considering the legacies they wished to leave behind. In Maplewood specifically, the local cemetery held significant historical importance as it marked the town's growth over decades. Families who had lived there for generations often had relatives buried in its grounds, each grave a testament to the lineage that shaped the community's identity. As such, visiting the cemetery not only honored lost loved ones, but also affirmed one's place within this evolving narrative. During the late 1800s, as industrialization began changing societal structures dramatically, the bustling noise of factories replacing quiet rural lifestyles, cemeteries became cherished retreats from those rapid transformations. They provided solace against urban sprawl and a reminder of enduring values such as family bonds and community spirit amidst change. The photograph of Thomas Everley smiling in this very cemetery captures more than just his youthful joy. It encapsulates an entire culture that revered memory through shared experiences in these sacred spaces. It evokes nostalgia for times past when people gathered in cemeteries not only to mourn, but also to celebrate life together. A practice that remains significant even today. As we continue our journey through this captivating tale involving Thomas's legacy intertwined with his community's history, we must appreciate how cemeteries have shaped our understanding of mortality while fostering connections between individuals long after their physical presence fades away from this world. With each visit made by families throughout generations and each flower laid upon a grave, we witness an unbroken thread connecting past lives with present realities. A reminder that even amid loss lies the strength of human relationships forged through love and remembrance in places like Maplewood's cherished cemetery. Through Thomas's radiant smile captured forever within time itself, we are invited into his story. A glimpse into an era where life was celebrated amidst echoes of memory, echoing softly through beautiful gravestones scattered across hallowed grounds. To fully appreciate the photograph of Thomas Everley, it is essential to delve into the story behind its capture. The year was 1888, and Memorial Day had arrived, a solemn yet cherished occasion for families in Maplewood. It was a day dedicated to honoring loved ones who had passed, a time when both grief and gratitude filled the air as families gathered together at the local cemetery. Thomas's family planned their visit carefully. Henry Everley, Thomas's father, believed it was important for his children to understand their roots and the legacy of those who came before them. As they made their way through the town, fresh flowers in hand, they discussed the life and values of Margaret's late father, Thomas's grandfather, who had been a beloved community figure. This annual visit was not merely a duty. It was an event filled with purpose and affection. As they entered the cemetery that day, the atmosphere was serene. The sun bathed the area in gentle warmth, and birds sang among the trees, adding a lively contrast to the somber occasion. The Everley family set about decorating their grandfather's grave, chatting softly and sharing stories about him while placing vibrant blooms on the stone marker. Meanwhile, young Thomas felt a surge of energy bubbling within him. He wanted to honor not just his grandfather, but all the lives around him that meant so much. In this appreciative mindset, Thomas wandered a little further, lured by the allure of flowered paths curving through shaded plots. At that moment, he suddenly became aware of a nearby presence. A local photographer named Albert Finch, who had chosen this day to capture moments reflecting community life. Albert was well known in Maplewood for his talent. He had spent his life documenting everyday scenes that showcased both joy and sorrow. Seeing an opportunity to immortalize a blend of innocence and ritual, Albert's gaze fell upon young Thomas. The child stood there, surrounded by colorful blossoms swaying gently in the breeze, a bright smile warming his face as sunlight filtered through leafy branches. Albert felt an almost magnetic pull as he raised his camera, the anticipation of preserving such a pure moment outweighing any hesitation he initially felt. Turning to Thomas, he called out cheerfully, "Come over here. Show me your best smile." The boy's laughter rang out like music as he responded without hesitation. With innocent enthusiasm, Thomas approached Albert and flashed a radiant grin that could brighten even the cloudiest of days. Albert clicked the shutter at just the right moment, capturing not only Thomas's joyful expression, but also embodying the spirit of remembrance that filled the air. What would become significant was that this photograph would later evoke curiosity and intrigue beyond its immediate context. After Albert took that snapshot, it slipped into obscurity for several decades, until it resurfaced unexpectedly in an old family album. A discovery that sparked numerous legends about the young boy who seemed to smile ever more broadly when viewed with a fleeting glance. Years passed, and as locals began discovering this photograph with Thomas's captivating smile, they leaped into speculation about its origins. Some insisted they could feel a connection to him, suggesting he was either an actual boy whose spirit lingered or perhaps a guardian from another realm entirely, always watching over those visiting the hallowed ground. Through its simple backstory lies an extraordinary tale interwoven with history and emotion. Each layer reveals how moments can transcend time, how photographs are powerful vessels capturing not just images, but entire experiences embedded with love and memory that tie people together across generations. Moreover, this photograph became more than just an image. It served as an invitation to reflect. Viewers found themselves contemplating their thoughts on mortality or celebrated memories tied closely to those they held dear, evoking dialogues around family lineage while revisiting lessons taught through days spent at such treasured sites. The enchanting aura surrounding this photograph captured more than just a smiling boy amid graves. It encapsulated rich communal ties among families intertwined through love, expressed in remembrance during gatherings at final resting places, long before schools and playgrounds filled children's daytime adventures. Ultimately, we come to recognize that simple moments possess tremendous power if seen through open hearts and mindful eyes. With each retelling of Thomas's story, the boy who smiled from beyond time, an invitation arises to examine our connections, both past and present, as we traverse life itself across its many tribulations while celebrating what unites us together. Love, ever enduring. Even after parting forms an everlasting bond, visible solely by preserving treasured memories like this captivating photograph we reflect upon today. As the legend of the photograph of Thomas Everly spread throughout Maplewood, people began to notice something strange about his smile. Viewers reported that whenever they looked directly at the photograph, Thomas would appear to smile warmly back at them. However, the moment they turned their gaze away, even for an instant, his expression seemed to change. His smile would widen as if he were sharing a private joke or secret with those who dared to divert their attention. This peculiar phenomenon sparked curiosity and led to many theories attempting to explain why this boy's smile seemed tied to the viewer's actions. One of the first theories proposed was based on the idea of perspective and perception. Some suggested that the way light interacted with the photograph might create an optical illusion, making it appear as though Thomas's smile broadened when one looked away. The human eye can often play tricks. Perhaps there was a subtle ripple in the image caused by aging or damage that gave this effect, causing viewers to perceive a change in expression. In this view, it was simply a playful quirk of light and shadow, rather than anything ghostly or supernatural. However, not all explanations were scientifically grounded. Many people gravitated towards more mystical interpretations of the boy's unusual smile. Some locals believed that Thomas had become a guardian spirit, perhaps watching over the cemetery or even the community itself. They felt that his smile growing when someone looked away could symbolize his role as a playful protector, inviting people to remember their loved ones with joy rather than sadness. This interpretation resonated deeply with families visiting their own relatives' graves. Thomas's presence became a comforting reminder that love endures beyond life. Others speculated on more ethereal connections between Thomas and those who gazed upon him. A popular belief among some was that he possessed a form of sixth sense, reflecting not just joy but also understanding emotions and intentions in others. As observers turned their gaze away from him, perhaps due to discomfort or sorrow, his smile responded by becoming wider, suggesting he wished to uplift spirits and provide solace during moments of reflection on loss. Additionally, some folklore enthusiasts drew parallels between Thomas's smile and tales of other notorious haunted images throughout history. They recounted stories about portraits where figures seemed to follow viewers with their eyes, or where subjects appeared more animated depending on how one looked at them. The connection added to the mystery surrounding Thomas's photograph. Could it be another example of art transcending time and connecting souls across generations? The phenomenon surrounding his smile sparked conversations about more than just ghost stories. It led people to discuss broader themes of love, memory, and what it means to honor those we've lost. As visitors gathered around the photo in local exhibits or during storytelling sessions in homes, they began sharing personal tales connected to their own family members who had passed. The legend became an open door into collective grief and remembrance, a way for individuals within the community to bond over shared experiences while reflecting on how loss shapes lives. These discussions often turned philosophical as people considered what it truly meant for someone like Thomas, a young boy who lived only briefly, to leave such an impression long after his time on Earth ended. It prompted reflections on mortality and legacy. How we are remembered isn't just about our actions while alive, but also how we continue influencing others through memories we create. As more visitors came across this extraordinary phenomenon linked with Thomas's photograph, its impact extended beyond mere legend. It became a catalyst for healing within families grieving losses both recent and old. The boy's smile served not only as an invitation into his story, but also as a bridge connecting individuals' hearts through shared themes of love enduring despite inevitable parting. Ultimately, this remarkable aspect of Thomas's image, the way his smile transformed upon shifting gazes, captured something universal about human existence. Our experiences with joy, intertwined with mourning, are often inseparable threads woven together in this beautiful tapestry we call life. In uncovering these layers surrounding Thomas Everley's captivating smile, whether through rational explanations or mystical interpretations, we invite ourselves into deeper conversations about life's fragility, while celebrating connections forged through memory in places once filled only with sorrow, but now resonating with warmth and hope amidst echoes of laughter among gravestones scattered across Maplewood's cherished cemetery grounds. As people began to encounter the photograph of Thomas Everley, a wide range of emotions surfaced, each viewer reacting uniquely to the smiling boy captured in time. Some felt an immediate sense of warmth and joy, drawn in by his innocent grin and the serene beauty of the cemetery setting. For many, Thomas's smile became a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in places associated with grief, happiness and light could still shine through. This uplifting feeling contrasted sharply with the solemn purpose of the occasion on which the photograph was taken. Conversely, others experienced an unsettling sensation when viewing the image. The way Thomas's smile appeared to change depending on where they focused their gaze triggered feelings of curiosity mixed with unease. Some viewers were intrigued by the notion that the boy's smile might hold secrets or truths they couldn't quite grasp. They pondered what it meant for a young boy to be immortalized in such a way. Was he merely a joyful child? Or was there something more profound at play? This duality in reaction often left people contemplating their own connections to life and loss, long after they had stepped away from the photograph. During local exhibits showcasing Thomas's photograph, groups would gather, sharing their thoughts and feelings with one another. Many discussions centered around personal experiences with loss and love, leading to deeper emotional connections among attendees. A grandmother might recall visiting her own loved ones at a cemetery, while a young adult could share stories of recent losses, creating an empathetic space where emotions flowed freely. The photograph was not just an image. It acted as a catalyst for conversations about memories both cherished and painful. Children who saw Thomas's smiling face often reacted with innocent wonder. They would giggle at the boy's playful expression, imagining him as a friend or character from their favorite storybook. To them, he was not just a figure from the past, but someone who embodied the spirit of adventure and joy, encouraging them to embrace life fully. Their unfiltered delight contrasted sharply with adult reflections on mortality, reminding everyone present of the simple joys that children naturally bring into the world. For some visitors, Thomas's photograph stirred feelings of nostalgia. Older individuals recognized fragments of their own childhood in his image, memories of laughter and carefree days spent with friends and family. This remembrance infused their hearts with both warmth and melancholy, as they reflected on how quickly time passes and how those moments can sometimes slip away unnoticed. They felt compelled to honor not only their memories, but also those of loved ones who had passed, using Thomas's smile as inspiration to cherish every fleeting moment. However, there were also those who approached the photograph with skepticism. They questioned the legends surrounding Thomas's enigmatic smile and sought rational explanations for its peculiarities. Some took on a more scientific perspective, trying to decipher whether there was an optical illusion at play or if it stemmed from psychological responses to art. Yet, even skeptics found themselves captivated by the image, unable to shake off the sense that there was something special about it, something that transcended mere explanation. As the story of Thomas Everly continued to spread outside Maplewood, word reached new audiences far beyond its borders. People traveled from distant towns to see the photograph, bringing their own unique perspectives and stories with them. Each visitor contributed to an expanding tapestry of emotions woven together through shared experiences and interpretations of life and death. This growing fascination with Thomas's photograph brought forth a deeper appreciation for the importance of remembering those we have lost. Viewers found comfort in knowing they were not alone in their grief. Instead, they were part of a larger community where love endures beyond death. The boy's smile became emblematic of resilience, an enduring symbol reminding everyone that joy can coexist alongside sorrow. Ultimately, Thomas Everly's photograph captured not only his infectious smile, but also the diverse reactions elicited from those who gazed upon him. Each person brought their own history and feelings into that moment, transforming an image into a communal experience filled with empathy, reflection, and growth. In this way, Thomas's presence transcended time and space. He became a bridge connecting hearts across generations while inviting deeper conversations about life's fragility and beauty. Through these myriad reactions, joy, nostalgia, curiosity, and even skepticism, the photograph continues to resonate with viewers today. It serves as a poignant reminder that behind every smile lies a story worth exploring, a tapestry woven together by threads of love, loss, and memory that bind us all in our shared humanity. as we navigate life's challenges together amidst echoes of laughter among gravestones scattered across Maplewood's cherished cemetery grounds. As the photograph of Thomas Everly continued to capture the imagination of those who encountered it, various legends and myths began to emerge, each adding layers of intrigue to his story. One of the most popular legends suggests that Thomas's spirit is still present in the cemetery, watching over visitors as they pay their respects to their loved ones. Locals claim that on certain nights, especially around the anniversary of Memorial Day, you can see a flicker of light near his grave, or hear soft laughter carried on the wind. These tales often evoke a sense of comfort among families who come to honor their own departed, as if Thomas is there to guide them through their moments of sorrow. Another legend involves the peculiar phenomenon surrounding Thomas's smile. Some people believe that if you look directly at the photograph and then turn away, your own worries will be lifted for just a moment, replaced by feelings of happiness and warmth. Many have shared stories about visiting the image during difficult times in their lives and experiencing an unexpected sense of peace upon looking away from Thomas's smiling face. In this way, he has become not only a symbol of joy, but also a source of hope for those grappling with loss. In addition to these comforting tales, some myths take on a more eerie tone. A few adventurous spirits have claimed that they felt an inexplicable chill when standing near the photograph during local exhibitions or while visiting the cemetery at night. They describe an overwhelming sense that they are being watched or followed by unseen eyes. Viewers often attribute this sensation to Thomas himself, suggesting that he is playfully interacting with those who gaze upon him. This blend of fascination and fear has fueled ghost tours in Maplewood, where local guides recount tales about Thomas as part of their narratives about haunted sites throughout the town. Interestingly, some have connected Thomas's photograph to other haunted images throughout history. They draw parallels between his playful smile and other notorious portraits, where figures seem to follow viewers with their eyes or appear more animated depending on one's focus. This connection adds an extra layer of mystery, as people wonder whether such phenomena are simply coincidence or if there is something deeper at play. A shared thread woven through time and art that links souls across generations. As word spread about these legends and myths surrounding Thomas Everly's photograph, visitors traveled from far-flung places just to witness its allure for themselves. Each new visitor brought fresh perspectives and interpretations, contributing further to the ever-expanding lore surrounding this remarkable image. Some would arrive armed with cameras and notebooks, hoping to capture not only their own impressions, but perhaps even evidence of supernatural occurrences linked to Thomas's spirit. Alongside these ghostly tales emerged stories celebrating how families had come closer together because of their shared experiences with the photograph. People would recount how they gathered around it during family reunions or memorial services, using it as a focal point for discussing cherished memories about loved ones who had passed away. They found strength in each other's stories while reminding themselves that love persists beyond death. A theme echoed in many versions of the legends woven around young Thomas's life. As time went on, some locals began organizing annual events honoring Thomas Everly's legacy. These gatherings included storytelling evenings where community members could share their experiences with both the photograph and their own connections to loss and remembrance. During these events, laughter mingled with tears as people forged deeper bonds through shared narratives, transforming what began as a simple photograph into a communal emblem representing resilience and hope. Through all these legends and myths surrounding his image, one thing remains clear. Thomas Everly continues to touch lives long after his time on Earth came to an end. His story transcends mere curiosity. It embodies universal themes about love, memory, and connection. Reminders that while life can be fleeting, love endures eternally within hearts across generations. Ultimately, These tales surrounding Thomas's photograph enrich our understanding not only of him, but also ourselves. As we navigate through life's joys and sorrows together, amidst echoes left behind by those we cherish dearly. The boy who smiled from within a cemetery photo has transformed into something much greater, an enduring symbol inviting us all into deeper conversations about mortality, while celebrating connections forged through memory in places where laughter still resonates among gravestones scattered throughout Maplewood's cherished grounds. As we reflect upon these legends today, whether comforting or chilling, we invite ourselves into an ongoing dialogue about what it means to honor those we've lost while cherishing every moment spent together here on Earth. A reminder found within each enchanting smile, imprinted forever in time by young Thomas Everly himself. The photograph of Thomas Everly has become a deeply ingrained part of local culture in Maplewood, influencing everything from art and storytelling to tourism. As the stories surrounding Thomas's smile and the legends about his spirit gained traction, they began to shape the identity of the town itself. The once simple image transformed into a symbol of hope, resilience, and the interconnectedness of life and death, resonating with both residents and visitors alike. Local artists have drawn inspiration from Thomas's photograph, creating paintings, sculptures, and even digital artwork that pay homage to his legacy. Art galleries in Maplewood started featuring exhibitions focused on themes of memory and loss, often including interpretations of Thomas's image. These works not only celebrate the boy's smile, but also encourage conversations about the nature of grief and remembrance. Artists have found that depicting Thomas in various styles allows them to explore different facets of his story. Some portray him as a guardian figure, while others emphasize the joy he represents even in somber settings. Storytelling has also flourished in connection with Thomas's photograph. Local authors began weaving tales that incorporate themes inspired by his life and the surrounding legends. Children's books featuring a character modeled after Thomas have captivated young readers, presenting him as an adventurous spirit who guides children through their own journeys of understanding loss and cherishing memories. Community members often gather for storytelling events where they share personal tales alongside fictional narratives inspired by the lore surrounding Thomas, reinforcing communal bonds through shared experiences. The influence of this photograph extends beyond artistic expression. It has also given rise to a burgeoning tourism industry centered around Thomas Everly's story. Visitors travel to Maplewood specifically to see the cemetery where he is buried and to view the photograph itself. Tour guides conduct ghost tours that include stops at locations associated with Thomas's life and legends about his smiling spirit. These tours offer guests not only entertainment, but also a unique perspective on how one boy's image can resonate across generations. Local businesses have capitalized on this growing interest by creating merchandise that features Thomas Everly's likeness or themes related to his story. Souvenir shops sell postcards, prints, and trinkets adorned with his photograph alongside quotes about love and remembrance. Cafes and restaurants in Maplewood have begun hosting Thomas-themed events, perhaps an annual Memorial Day gathering where families come together to celebrate joy amid sorrow while sharing stories about their loved ones. Moreover, community gatherings centered around Thomas's legacy foster deeper connections among residents. Annual events celebrating his memory invite families to share their own experiences with loss while finding comfort in knowing they are part of a larger narrative that transcends individual grief. These gatherings might include art exhibits showcasing works inspired by Thomas or storytelling nights where locals recount their connections to him, creating an atmosphere filled with empathy and understanding. As people continue to engage with this remarkable photograph, Discussions surrounding its impact bring forth important themes relevant not only to Maplewood, but also beyond its borders. How we cope with loss, how love persists beyond death, and how memory shapes our identities as individuals and communities. This ongoing dialogue encourages reflection on mortality while celebrating connections forged through shared memories. An invitation for all who encounter Thomas Everley's photograph. Through these cultural developments, rooted in a single image taken over 130 years ago, we witness how one boy's story can grow into something legendary. A testament not just offered from beyond time, but also reminding us daily that love endures through those bonds formed between family members, past and present. In essence, the legacy of Thomas Everley continues to thrive within Maplewood as both a point of pride for residents and an enduring reminder for visitors. Though life may be fleeting, our connections endure long after we part ways from this world. It illustrates beautifully that even amidst sadness lies profound beauty, found within memories shared among kindred spirits, gathered together beneath whispering trees in serene cemeteries like those scattered throughout Maplewood. A place forever enriched by laughter, echoing against gravestones softened over time by countless seasons past since young Thomas first smiled from within history captured forever in time itself. The photograph of Thomas Everley, with its haunting charm and vibrant smile, serves as a powerful catalyst for reflection on mortality and the delicate balance between life and death. As viewers engage with this image, they often find themselves questioning their beliefs about existence and the legacies left behind by those who have passed. In an age where conversations around death can be uncomfortable or avoided altogether, Thomas's photograph gracefully invites us to contemplate these profound themes. At first glance, the smile of a young boy might evoke feelings of joy and innocence, reminding us of our own childhoods filled with laughter and carefree moments. Yet, set against the backdrop of a cemetery, the photograph simultaneously highlights the somber reality of death that we all must face. It is this duality between light and darkness, joy and sorrow, that encourages viewers to wrestle with their own understanding of mortality. Thomas's playful demeanor juxtaposed with the permanence of his resting place illustrates how life can contain beauty even amidst grief. As people reflect on Thomas's photograph, they may begin to grapple with questions such as, what does it mean to live a meaningful life? How are our lives measured once we are gone? The stories surfaced from those pondering these questions reveal much about individual beliefs. For some, Thomas symbolizes a youthful spirit that lives on through memories, a reminder that the impact we leave behind can transcend our physical presence. This perspective embraces the hope that love endures despite separation. Bonds formed during our lifetimes continue to influence those who carry our stories forward. Conversely, others may reflect more profoundly on their fears surrounding mortality, the anxiety of being forgotten or leaving unfinished business at life's end. Viewing Thomas's smiling face prompts introspection about what truly matters in our lives and encourages individuals to consider what they would like their own legacies to be. In this way, his photograph acts as both a poignant reminder that life is transient and an invitation to embrace each moment fully. When community members gather around this cherished image, discussing how it resonates with their own experiences, they unveil shared narratives woven through connections to loss. Conversations become rich with emotion as individuals share tales connected not only to Thomas, but also to personal loved ones who have passed away. Such reflections prompt deeper examinations into how different cultures confront mortality, with some celebrating life through rituals, while others seek solace in remembrance. Art becomes an essential element in exploring these themes within community gatherings too. Exhibitions inspired by Thomas's photograph often feature pieces that delve into grief's complexities, showcasing artwork infused with messages about love's endurance amid sadness. Artists portray scenes where vibrant colors coexist alongside stark contrasts, symbolizing emotional journeys through grief towards healing. Furthermore, storytelling sessions woven into these events allow individuals to share hopes tied up in remembering those they've lost. A mother will recount warm moments with her grandmother, while another youth may express admiration for a late friend's bravery. Together forging strong communal ties grounded in collective memory. Reflecting upon mortality can feel daunting. However, it also offers spaces for connection among people confronting similar struggles involving loss or uncertainty about what lies beyond life's final chapter. Individuals engaging thoughtfully around images like Thomas's can find comfort when recognizing they are not alone in navigating such difficult topics. The discussions fostered help instill courage towards facing complex emotions related not just specifically toward death, but also life itself. This dynamic interplay between celebrating existence while acknowledging inevitability drives home important truths contained within folklore centered around figures like Thomas Everley. That it is possible, and indeed essential, to honor both ends of the spectrum throughout living experience without letting fear deny us authentic joy along our journeys together. Ultimately, as people continue to interact with the photograph over generations, from its humble origins to its prominent role within their lifestyles, they hone insight into how memories shape identities built on remembrance against time's relentless passage. By contemplating themes surrounding mortality inspired by youthful smiles captured eternally through art like that of Thomas Everley, we understand ourselves better as human beings striving for meaning amidst life's inherent fragility, allowing resilience born from love since even after parting. There exists something beautiful waiting within hearts eager for shared experiences echoed fondly throughout time among kindred spirits, revisiting cherished memories united forever beneath Maplewood's gentle skies. As we reach the conclusion of Thomas Everley's story, it is clear that his photograph is more than just a captured moment in time. It embodies profound themes surrounding life, death, and the connections that bind us all. The smiling boy in the cemetery has become an enduring symbol of hope and resilience, inviting contemplation on the complexities of existence that each viewer brings to the image. Throughout this narrative, we have seen how Thomas's playful spirit continues to resonate with people across generations. His smile evokes warmth and joy, while simultaneously serving as a gentle reminder of the fragility of life. It prompts us to reflect on our own experiences with loss, love, and memory, universal themes that unite humanity in our shared journeys through life's challenges. As visitors gaze upon his image, they are encouraged not only to remember those who have passed, but also to celebrate the beauty of their lives. The legends and myths woven around Thomas's photograph further enrich its significance. They transform a simple image into a tapestry of stories that evoke curiosity and wonder about what lies beyond our understanding of life and death. Whether one views Thomas as a guardian spirit or simply a joyful child from the past, his legacy sparks conversations about our beliefs regarding mortality and what it means to leave a lasting impact on the world. As we ponder these questions, we are invited to explore our own beliefs about existence. What do we wish to be remembered for? How can we honor those we've lost while also embracing life fully? The photograph serves as an open door for reflection, a space where viewers can confront their thoughts on mortality and legacy without fear or discomfort. Moreover, the community's engagement with Thomas's story illustrates the power of shared narratives in fostering connection among individuals. As families gather to share their personal experiences related to loss and remembrance, they create bonds that transcend time and space. This communal aspect highlights how important it is to discuss emotions surrounding grief openly. By doing so, we may find solace in knowing that others share similar struggles. In Maplewood, Thomas Everly's photograph has infiltrated local culture profoundly. It has inspired art, storytelling, tourism, and even community events focused on celebrating memories tied to loved ones who have passed away. In this way, his legacy extends far beyond a mere image. It becomes an integral part of how people understand themselves within their communities. As we step back and reflect upon this multifaceted story surrounding Thomas Everly, the boy whose smile seems to grow when you look away, we are reminded that life's mysteries often lie at the intersection of joy and sorrow. The photograph encourages us not only to explore these complexities, but also to embrace them as essential parts of the human experience. Ultimately, this narrative invites readers to think about their relationships with those they have lost, while celebrating the enduring love that persists through memory. It challenges us to appreciate each moment we share with others, and to recognize that even amid grief lies an opportunity for connection, a chance for love to flourish beyond physical presence. So, as you consider the smiling boy in this 1888 cemetery photo, take a moment to reflect on your own beliefs regarding life and death. Allow yourself to ponder what legacies you wish to create as you navigate your journey through existence. Remember that every smile carries a story worth cherishing. A testament not only to those who came before us, but also an invitation for all who follow. Love endures beyond time and space, echoing softly through generations like laughter among gravestones scattered throughout Maplewood's cherished grounds. In closing, let us carry forward the lessons learned from Thomas Everly's captivating photograph. The power of memory, the importance of connection, and the beauty found within both life's fleeting moments and its lasting legacies. Embrace these truths as guiding lights along your path. A reminder that while mortality may shape our experiences, it cannot diminish the love shared beneath gentle skies where kindred spirits resonate forevermore.